going here. Slide. A passenger being dragged off a plane while he screamed and writhed around in pain, as his shirt and clothing was ripped away from his body. The refusal to allow 2 young females to board a flight. Why? Because they were wearing leggings. Leggings. Then there was the unnecessary suffocation of the beloved family dog Coquito, who was left in an overhead bin during a flight from Houston to New York. According to Forbes magazine, The Washington Post, and CBS News, these 3 incidents all occurred just within the past year. Scandals abound in commercial travel. After all, how could they not? Just think of all the personalities attempting to work together, sit together, and travel together, compressed into a tiny cylinder flying high in the sky, where levels of anxiety often rise to insurmountable levels. The corporations tasked with properly managing these hectic, highly stressful scenarios often end up with the short end of the stick, and the public hears about it. They hear about it fast, thanks to social media. Slide. In fact, according to marketingcharts.com, consumers who have had a bad customer experience are 50% more likely to blast their opinion about the company that wronged them all over social media. So the people who witnessed the man being violently dragged off the plane, and the bystanders who were, when the women in the leggings were being refused through the doorway of the plane, and also the people who stood by as the family collapsed after hearing news of their dog, you guessed it. They splashed their experiences, thoughts, and feelings all about the airlines all over the internet for the world to read. This is where public relations comes in for commercial airlines. A robust public relations department is not only important, but it's imperative. A PR plan is necessary, and I'm going to tell you why. Slide. Less than ideal situations, whether they are in the form of unruly customers and the occasional negative customer service experience at the hands of poorly trained employee, lead to the creation of negative reputations within any industry. The commercial airline industry is certainly no exception. They are not immune, just like any other service provider. And the harsh reality of service provision is this: bad publicity can be costly, extremely costly. In fact, the spreading of negative publicity leading to negative reputation can not only cost commercial airlines current and future business, but create the loss of investment funding, the relinquishment of regulated support, and even the drive of loss of quality employees. The loss of business can be extremely expensive. And it's not damning enough to send an airline flailing into bankruptcy and being forced to close up operations. Certainly, in the decades past, before the inception of the internet and those oh-so-dirty words, social media, negative interactions within the service industry happened. And then all the parties went about their lives. The disgruntled person in the situation may have told a friend or two, but that was it. And the end of story. This is no longer the case, however, not by a long shot. Slide. Today, negative service interactions are immediately shared with the world, whether it's done from the phones of 50 different non-affected bystanders or through a private citizen's mobile phone that is immediately emailed to every major news station in or around the world. The fast pace of today's internet-driven, technology-reliant, social media-eccentric society has caused otherwise minor incidents to become public relations nightmares. Commercial airlines can have a scandal on their hands in a matter of minutes because of one unruly passenger or one disgruntled employee. Thus, the internet, and especially social media, hasn't necessarily caused the problem of negative publicity. People have done that. But it has certainly caused the problem to become much more serious and much more damning. Now that I've established negative events as being unavoidable in any service industry, including that of commercial airlines, as well as demonstrated to you how quickly and easily negative publicity can spread and damage a commercial airline's business, I've communicated a dire need within the industry. There is a clear need for damage control within commercial airlines. This is where a robust, preemptive, detailed public relations plan comes in. Slide. Commercial airlines need to engage in immediate reactionary public relations, and they need to always have a plan waiting in the wings to do so. That is the solution to the problem of bad publicity being damaging to an airline's business. In order for a public relations plan to function as a solution, the plan needs to flow in this order. An airline's response needs to be proactive. They need to act transparently and then speak with accountability. As one source stated, acknowledge the incident, accept responsibility, and apologize. This is how airlines will recoup their losses and encourage people to fly with them again. Let's take a lesson from Delta as an example of my solution. According to consumeraffairs.com, Delta saw their sales numbers declining as consumers began to complain more and more about needing to fly amongst a variety of foul-smelling food, loud, disruptive animals, and when other consumers increasingly began to invalidly claim them as service animals. The company acknowledged the problem, they admitted that they allowed it to happen, they apologized, then this is the key, they issued a solution through new policy changes about requiring proof for service animals. None of this would have been possible without a public relations plan and the public relations department, because this is the solution. In conclusion, scandals will always happen. This has been established, but dishonesty will not always happen. The solution, don't try to avoid the scandal. That is impossible. Instead, avoid the lies, manage the communication. Establish a PR department, a PR plan, and require them to do their jobs. Public relations can save the day by allowing dishonesty to never take over a scandal, to precede it or to follow it. Slide. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice
Show
job.
the audience too. Thank you. Thank you. That's me. Last Saturday I'm a pilot, so